Verse 15. Then God said to Abraham, as for Sarai your wife, you shall not call her name Sarai, but Sarah shall be her name. And I will bless her, and also give you a son by her. Then I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations. Kings of peoples shall be from her. Then Abraham fell on his face and laughed. I can imagine. And said in his heart, shall a child be born to a man who is 100 years old? And shall Sarah, who is 99 or 90 years old, bear a child? I can imagine, him laughing there. And of course, he didn't say it out loud, but he thought it. He's like, how in the world is this old man going to have a child? Much less my wife, who's going to be 90, bear a child. But we get the answer real quick and real simple here in just a second. But it's just funny. As close a relationship as Abraham has with God, the flesh man still has the doubts and can still overrule the spirit man and put doubt in him. It's like, no, that's not what he means.
It's like, this is too good to be true. You're in jest. No.
So, and Abraham said to God, oh, that Ishmael might live before you. Then God said, no, Sarah your wife shall bear you a son, and you shall call his name Isaac. I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his descendants after him. And as
again, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Again, what does it say about the covenant? I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant. Not until the Messiah comes. Not until Christ is crucified. Not until he rises from the dead. Not until he comes back to claim his bride. It says everlasting. Everlasting means everlasting. I don't know what language. Like in Turkish, it says sonsuza kadar. It still means everlasting. Leolam vaed. Adalam. Until kingdom come, as some people will say. But even then, it's not till kingdom comes. It says everlasting.
And as for Ishmael, I have heard you. Behold, I have blessed him, which we seen a couple chapters ago, and will make him fruitful and will multiply him exceedingly. He shall beget 12 princes, and I will make him a great nation. But my covenant I will establish with Isaac, whom Sarah shall bear to you at this set time next year. So whatever date, month and date, he's telling him this at this time next year, a year from now. Or you may say it, but I'll explain why he said a year from this date, why it's a year and not 9 months. But and he specifically says, my covenant I will give to Isaac. Because that was his promise way back, that it would be a child from him through Sarah. And Sarah kind of messed that up by giving him Hagar, because she was impatient. And of course it's irrelevant, but I think if she would have waited just a little longer, she'd have had that child back then. But that's not the way it turned out. She took things in her own hands.
She got impatient with God and tried to twist his arm, and that never works out.
then he finished talking with him, and God went up from Abraham. So, and I wish I'd have finished that. But anyway, so there it is right there. God is talking to him face to face, because if he wasn't, he didn't need to go back up, from the earth. So back at the beginning, he is talking to him face to face, explaining to him the covenant face to face, and giving him the statutes that he's got to follow.
Yeah.
And it's understood in my eyes that when you make a promise to somebody, you're usually right there with them. And most promises now are with a handshake. That's the covenant that you're holding between each other.
Yeah.
The handshake seals the deal, so to speak. And I guess I just can't really express more to the fact that he's talking with him face to face to make this covenant.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a pretty big deal. Like whenever you get a visit from the big guy, it's a pretty big deal. When
the big guy,
when the boss comes down to check out your division, your little group in the corporate world, it's a big deal. It's a much bigger deal when God Himself comes down. But another thing I would like to, again, a dear brother, don't know him personally, but he's another YouTube content creator. I think he used to be a pastor, but the channel Wise Disciple last week had an episode that was promoting. He was doing a reaction video to Ted Cruz's appearance on Tucker Carlson's show, and the whole issue about Israel and the promises, and why we should support Israel and all that good stuff. And they were Tucker Carlson and I want to say Nate. I can't remember his actual name, but the brother in charge of the Wise Disciple channel were taking a more replacement theology view, where the church replaced Israel. Israel has no portion of the promises anymore. All those promises belong to the church now. To the point that the church does have a portion in the promises and covenant is a fact. It's a matter of fact, because the non-Jewish believer in Christ is grafted into Israel through Christ, and becomes a partaker of all the promises, and without any of the requirements. It's a pretty good deal. But again, the Bible, the New Testament, is very clear in saying, if you're a wild branch that is against nature, grafted into the original vine, original tree, don't boast against the roots, because if God will deal so harshly with the roots and the original branches, how much more so with you as the grafted in. So, and again, Romans says God's giftings and callings, his covenant, his promises are the giftings, cannot be revoked. They're irrevocable. So again, I doubt that brother will ever see this video, but if he does, I want you to know we love you, but you are wrong. and you are teaching, you are speaking of God's character and dishonoring Him, whether you realize it or not. You are making Him into a liar. And brother, please reconsider.
Well, hopefully it was just a mistake on his part.
Hopefully.
Misunderstanding. Because we all have that. I mean, Abraham had it. We've seen several times.
Yeah.
So